Good morning, everybody. Oh, she said, no, I'm not going to sit here. I'm going to go eat my breakfast. That was so rude. Everybody's not going to be mad at you, though, because you're so cute. And everybody loves you. They're not going to be mad that you didn't want to say hello. But you could still say hello if you want to. Say hi. That was a good snipping that time. Okay, everybody. Good morning. Oh, let me not cut my head off, even though Rosie is the most important person here. Good morning. What an introduction, truly. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tabs. This is Rosie. Say hi again. She's over there grumbling. Welcome back to my channel. Hello. Hi. So today's video is a market recap, and I know we all love the market recaps. So let me just give you some background about this market. It is one of my favorite events every year. It happens twice a year. I love it so much. The vibes are just immaculate. The market coordinator is absolutely wonderful to deal with. She's just great. The market is great. The people are just great. It was just all around fantastic. We did have a double booth this time. I love doing a double booth at this market. It cost me $70 for both spaces. I just really like to spread out when I can because I feel like it's just a little bit more open and inviting. We had, let's see, the first side we had the classic wood shelf at the front, and then a table with the grid walls with all of my bigger plushies on it. And then moving further along, we had just my table. This is where I sit behind for my checkout stand. I would love to get a professional looking checkout stand at some point, but it is not in the budget at the moment. Maybe for my fall markets, I'm not really sure yet. But I had all my keychains and then a couple of smaller items in baskets in front of me. And then moving on to the middle, I had the collapsible bookshelf with my DIY kits. And I put a couple of like my larger showstoppers on the top. And then moving along, I had the collapsible Woodernest displays and some of my smaller items over there. And then of course the grid wall. Does that? Yeah. We're just going to go with it. The grid wall where I hang all my snugglers, and then the last one has my drink and cup cozies, and then right in the middle I have my pegboard wall that I put into a square and I just hang stuff from it. Depends. This one kind of varies. This time I put some snugglers on there, my swinging pets, and then the flowers go on the front because the flowers tend to bring people in. So that was this market. Setup started at 6:30. We got there at just after 7 o'clock to start setting up. We were able to back in and unload straight away without any problems. We were a little bit panicked because I wanted to give us 2 hours to set up. The market started at 9 and we got there a little bit later than I really wanted to. Luckily we zipped through the setup. I feel like we've kind of got this down to a science now, and we were set up by about 8:30, which is great. It gave me some time to run to the restroom and just do a little bit of a quick walkthrough. There was some amazing vendors at this event yesterday. It was fantastic. It was such a great crowd. So good news, I was able to actually get footage while I was at the market this time. I'm very excited about that. So we're gonna cut to that footage and then we will meet back here to go through all the statistics.
And I've got a bag.
Okay, perfect. Oh, that's a cute bag. I love that bag. How fun. My mom is obsessed with the 6 Wives of Henry VIII.
Well, my sister brought this back to me from England.
Oh, really?
Do you take credit cards?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do. All right, so we got Winnie the Pooh, and we got Eeyore. And that will be $132 with tax, and you can tap or insert.
That work?
That sure did. Would you like a receipt, text, or email?
Yeah, you can text it to me.
Okay. Are you? I'm sorry. Are we sure there's not a coffee place nearby? Oh, cold. I've seen people walking around with hot coffee. The next one I see, I'll ask. I know the kids next door, or woman next door, they're sitting in the car. They're so excited that I sold that. What was sitting up there? The cat. Oh, the cat. That's right. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Do you
Where-
crochet?
I do, yeah. Where did you get the hot coffee from? Because I'm freezing. Okay.
Right down there. It's like 2-minute drive, maybe.
Okay.
It's not far.
I might have to send
It's a
my...
fake batter latte.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
That is purposely the reason I got it. is
That sounds so
because
good.
That's really cool.
That sounds so good.
Very good. It's my favorite. I go so much that they're like, "You want your 16-ounce hot? Has to be a fake batter latte with oat milk?" I'm like, "Yes, please." Thank you.
I love it when they know when you're coming.
Me too. It makes me feel very.
You're important, right?
Yeah.
Look at this beaver. That opossum is so cute. I want all of this stuff. This is so cute. The rattles? No way. Wait, they are?
These ones are not. These ones are. That's actually a good idea, though, to turn these into rattles. That would be kind of cute.
Yeah, I like it. They're really cute.
Thank you.
I like the giraffe ones.
You don't happen to have a sunflower, do you?
I just sold my last sunflower, but I make them all the time. So if you want one, I can make you one, and I'm pretty local. So.
Look at these.
Stop, that one's so cute. I'm gonna pass you back.
Oh, she would like that one. I mean, Davis, this one's adorable too. Oh, gosh. He's 15.
Oh, I was going to like, go. I was going to go.
The goose is 32.
Huh? Where did you find that? Was that in the car?
Yes. Say no reason. I'll take it.
Rob, these are rattles.
Yeah, keep that.
Are you getting more rattles? Did you get a blue one too? I thought you were.
It's kind of heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, this would be great.
Look, there's rattles.
You gonna get that one?
Are these all your flowers that you have?
That is everything that I have right now.
They're
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Thank you. All right. And do cash card.
Card, please.
All right. It'll be 22 even with tax, and you can tap or
Should I get around?
try one more time. There it goes. And I'll put my card in there, so if you want to reach out. My website's usually pretty up to date of what I've got in stock.
Okay.
So, and I'm local, so I'll do delivery. Just send me an
great.
email. So.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Well, you got beautiful. Oh, Davis, did you see these? Did you like this better than
I think I like
the frog in the skirt? Oh, sorry.
I think I
How
like
much is this?
Those are 18.
Okay, let's go.
Alright. They're handmade.
I know, but this one's so tiny, and that one is not 16.
That one takes longer, though.
I got two little babies.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Let me get. Do you remember what color they are?
One was pink and one was blue.
Perfect. Blue and pink. So that will be $22 even with tax. You're gonna tap. There it goes. Would you like a text or email receipt?
You can just text me.
Okay. Those are 10. All right, it is on its way to you. You're already in here, so thank you so much. Somebody's excited.
Very
Hi.
excited.
Hello. Oh my goodness.
So you're so happy. Thank you for the toys.
He's like, who are you?
So we're for I know, Toothless is. We have to pay for Toothless.
Come back to us.
Do you want the turtle? Do you like any of these ones?
You like the turtle. I think I just like the turtle.
All right.
I'll take the tag off so you don't have a safety pin as well. In case he wants.
Yeah. I wouldn't have realized that until it was too late.
Yeah. So no good. Well, do you want to take that one off too? Okay, so that will be a total of $74.80 with tax, and you can tap or insert. Perfect. Would you like a text or email receipt?
Text is fine.
Text. All right. Let's see. Thank you. All right, you are already in here, so you are all set.
Perfect.
That is
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
The only thing is, dog looks like she might have broken.
It's very possible. You gonna get that guy?
Yes,
All right, perfect. All right, so that will be $33 even with sales tax, and you can tap or insert whenever you're ready. And would you like a text or email receipt?
Nah.
No? All right, you guys are all set. Thank you so much.
So I'm thinking this for a little bit, and then I'm trying to figure out what.
Yeah. Yeah, he's way cuter than the TV show.
Right, exactly.
They're into all that. Dinosaur stuff.
Is this from like Harry Potter?
No, that one's not. Those are just regular flower bowls.
These are just so cute.
For a minute, I thought like it was those weird looking.
The mandrake things,
Yes. Those things creep me out.
yeah. Huh?
Bubble silver.
Like.
Yeah, yeah. It's driving me nuts. Thank you again.
I was really hoping the wall would help.
Well, I think it's sneaking in from this side.
I know I'm getting this.
Okay, perfect.
Trying to find one for.
You gonna grab that one? Perfect.
I saw it. I was like, oh my God.
Of course, yeah. They're good company.
You think this one for
This
Ashton?
is my favorite color combination too. The pink and the coral, like so cute. Okay, it'll be $19.80 with tax. New top. Perfect. Whenever you're ready. There it goes. Would you like a text or email
What about that
receipt?
one?
All right, you are all set then.
Yeah, I like that. Literally made my week.
Perfect. I love it.
This one a character from somewhere?
That one is not. No. Mm-mm.
It doesn't matter. It's a go dragon.
Yeah. All
They're
right.
big Pokemon.
To a tournament in Texas.
You do take cards, right?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You take Discover?
Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah.
If not, I've got a Visa.
Okay.
Because somebody's having a birthday come up here soon.
All right, so the total for those two is going to be $73.70 with tax, and you can tap or insert whenever you're ready. Still thinking. Yeah. Okay, perfect. That went through. Would you like a text or email receipt?
You can email it.
Email it. All right. Would you mind typing your email for me? All right. Perfect. I will send it off to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This guy is 35. Oh, y'all do have online.
I do. Yeah.
What did you ask, babe? There is an online.
Whoa. That did it. Ugh. That was the one. That was the one? Yeah. That one did it? That was the one. Took down the whole shelf.
Oh, my grandkids are so old and it's not fun anymore.
A lot of people hang them on the rear view mirror of your car and it just swings as you drive.
I'm sorry, are you crocheting?
Crochet.
Is this a reindeer?
It's a Highland cow.
I like it. It is. I absolutely.
Hold on, lighting up, squirrel.
You gonna get that one? Perfect. All right.
Yeah, we're marketing to the right crowd today. She's obsessed. This one's obsessed with all the books right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, so many of the mama books.
Love it.
Venmo?
Venmo works. I can do Venmo or tap or I can do whatever.
Yeah,
So, all right, it'll be 33 with tax.
Daddy, look at this.
1 second. There it goes. There we go. Would you like a text or email receipt? No? All right, you're all set then. Thank you so much. I know, I was too. It's like one of my favorite things. But... Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. I was really excited that I was able to get some. It was so sporadic. I probably would have gotten a little bit more, but I'm really hoping that I was able to get some of the bigger transactions in there. I think I got at least one of them and some of the really fun ones, but anyways, we'll get into that in a little bit. Let me give you a little bit of statistics here. I'm not going to give you the total to the end, so you're going to have to wait. But I had a total of 42 transactions yesterday, which is fantastic for it went from 9 to 2, so it was a 5-hour market. So 42 orders, and we sold a total of 60 items yesterday, which is pretty average for me. I usually sell between 50 and 70 items per market. Just kind of depends on the weather, the advertising, the event itself. But it was a really, really good day. I can tell you that much. So let's get in. We'll go order by order and we will chat a little bit. I'm hoping I can recall some of the really fun and exciting moments. I do have one that was fantastic that I'm really excited to share. So everybody grab your beverage. I'm drinking out of my
Molly Hatch Dog Mom mug. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a Rosie. It does have one that kind of looks like Rosie a little bit. I mean, it's obviously like a retriever of some kind, but it kind of looks like Rosie. So we're just gonna say it's Rosie because I don't think there's anything else on here that looks like Rosie. No, that's Rosie. That's Rosie right there. Ready, Rosie? Are you ready to get into it? She said, yeah, get it over with. Okay. I am going to put my glasses on for this so I can actually see what I'm saying. So if I'm looking over there, that would be why. Alright. The first transaction. So this market... Oh, wait. Hold on. Here we go. This market started at 9. The first transaction was at 9:21. And it was for the Togepi Minimon for $16. And that was the only one I had of Togepi. He's such an underrated Pokemon. I don't understand. That was part of my original 5 that I made of those, and it took forever for them to sell, and it makes me so sad. But I don't think people may just not know, but I feel like Togepi is one of the main because it's Misty's like Pokemon companion. I don't really understand. It makes me kind of sad that he's so underrated. But anyways, the next transaction was for a yellow rubber duck for $11. The next transaction was for an octopus and a mini pocket pet, and it was the pink axolotl mini pocket pet for a total of $39.60. The next one, this was a really great market for the DIY kids, I must say. The next transaction was for the axolotl DIY polymer clay kit for $17.60. Next was for my larger elephant snuggler in gray for $49.50. Next was the large loaf cat that I had. I had a tabby loaf cat that I made, and I made it in the wrong colors. I made it more gray and it was supposed to be brown, so it was just kind of a botched custom order, and I usually just put the botched custom orders out on my table at my markets and eventually somebody grabs it. They either sell super quick or they sit around for a while. This one's been to a few markets now, but it was a tabby loaf cat for $27.50. Next was for a Kelly Green swinging frog for $19.80. The next transaction was for 2 items. One was the mini blue axolotl pocket pet, and I think I had 3 of the mini axolotls, and this was the second one to sell, obviously. And then the matching blue larger axolotl, which is a Crochet Grove pattern. Oh, I will tell you, all of this will be linked below, so things have switched up a little bit as far as the shoppable links that I can post in the description. I am part of the Etsy Creator Collective co-op, I guess, so the links that I share earn me a small commission, and it's at no additional cost to you, and I'm not taking away from the designer of the pattern either. So it's just a little bit of an extra bonus, and it supports this channel and my small business. So thank you so much in advance if you do shop the links. But basically now, how the link is going to work, if you look in the description below, it'll be like patterns mentioned or patterns, like whatever, it'll be there, but it's an Etsy link, and it actually says it's etsy.com, and it goes to a collections page now. So it's basically like a shoppable storefront for my channel, and the collection that all of this is under is, hold on, and I will tell you, is the 2026 patterns list, and this is basically all of the stuff that sells at my market. I am planning on setting up another collection for the pattern test that I do. So if you see a pattern test post or something over on my Instagram, you can go here to the pattern test links, and that will all be there as well. But yeah, that is basically the way that this is going to work at this point. Hopefully it's easy to navigate, but if you click on the 2026 patterns, it will just pop up every single pattern that I link and that I talk about. You can, I believe, you can search as well. So if you want to search for a specific one, you can do that as well. So that is where all of those links will be. And again, thank you so incredibly much for your support of my small channel, my small channel, for your support of my small business if you do shop through any of those links. Okay, back to where we were at. The next transaction was for 2 animal rattles. One was for the solid fox and the other one was for the deer, and that was a total of $33. The next transaction was so exciting. I sold both of the CC Handmade Hugs Elliot the Elephant Snuggler, the little guy. I had one in the mixed black and in a solid gray color, and that sold for a total of $61.60. The next transaction was even more exciting, you guys. I sold the Winnie the Pooh and the Donkey Snugglers for $60 a piece for a total of $132. Can you believe it? I priced those pretty high because they are pretty labor intensive. There's a lot of sewing involved and they're quite large for what they are. So I do have each and every one of them at $60. And yeah, I sold Winnie the Pooh and the donkey in this same transaction, which was so exciting. That was probably one of the highlights. And then there's one other one that is a highlight too. But that was exciting. The next transaction was for a gold heirloom sunflower and a green baby bee for a total of $38.50. Next was for the blue heirloom hydrangea flower for $22. The next transaction was for 2 baby bees, one blue one and one pink one for a total of $22. Then I sold the black toothless dragon sploot and a small turtle for $74.80. Next was for a small demogorgon for $33. Then another small turtle sold for $19.80. The next transaction was for one of the small possums for $16.50. And then the last and final small turtle sold for $18. The next transaction was for, okay, so this, oh no, okay. So the next transaction was for another DIY polymer clay kit. This was for Cappy the Capybara, and I also sold a mini pocket pet blue penguin in this transaction as well for a total of $28.60. The next transaction was for a mallard swinging bird and a mixed fox animal rattle for $36.30. Then I sold the Eevee Minimon, and it was the last one that I have, for $17.60. The next transaction was for the Speckle Owl for $27.50. The next transaction was for the pistachio colored swinging frog and it's like a vibrant green color, and it's called pistachio because that's what the color is from Premier. It's made out of Parfait Chunky, so that's why it's so specific. But that sold for $19.80. The next transaction was for the gray lamb snuggler and the last blue tie-dye Diddy Dex Dragon snuggler for $73.70. The next transaction was for the Llama Llama Book Buddy for $33. Then I sold my last and final octopus. This is Drift the Octopus for $28.60. Next was for a blue Merle Australian Shepherd keychain for $10. And then another DIY kit sold. This one was for the Penguin Felt Animal Sewing Kit for $30.80. Then the next transaction was for yet another of the 100 Acre Woods characters. This one I sold Tigger this time, and then I also sold the large fox snuggler, and I sold those for a total of $115.50. So I think 3 out of the 5 of the 100 Acre Woods characters sold at this market, which was so crazy. So crazy. Next was for the large tan duck snuggler for $44. The next transaction, I sold 2 of the mallard duck rattles, and the shelf goose found a home for $68.20. The next transaction was for a chubby mallard duck for $15. And then I sold another mallard rattle for $16.50. And then I sold the last and final Demogorgon for $33. A small axolotl in blue for $16, and I believe that is the last axolotl I had in stock. I have not had time to restock those. The next transaction, okay, so this next transaction was so fun. So I sold the Chunky Bee, which I believe it's the Oak and Marlow Jelly Bee, I believe is what the pattern is called, and I sold that for $18. But she said that they have it's obviously a carpenter bee, and it apparently hangs out by the flowers by their mailbox all the time, and they call it Chunky Bee, so they had to get it because I had named it Chunky Bee. But this family that bought it was the mom and her daughter, and they actually like bought the bee, went off, and then they came back and brought her mom, the grandmother, to come back and shop. And I'm telling you guys, these people gave me the most immaculate vibes. We have the same sense of humor. They saw the beaver sitting on my table, and as you can imagine, if you have the same sense of humor as me, the conversation that ensued after that was just absolutely hysterical. Because nobody would speak it out loud, but we were all just dying laughing, and they were just going around my booth like, oh my god, this is the cutest thing, like. And so she took pictures of the beaver because she was like, I have a group chat of women who would absolutely die laughing over this beaver plushie, and she was like, I'm gonna send this picture to them and we'll send them your way. And she was like, you're probably gonna end up making like 12 beavers. And I was like, that is perfectly fine with me. I was like, send them my way. I would make beavers on repeat. It was just so funny, and the grandmother was even funnier. I don't know, the whole thing was hysterical. And she actually followed me on Instagram. So if you end up watching this, hello, I just want you to know that that conversation is stuck in my brain forever. So thank you so much. And this was kind of close to the end of the market too. This was at about 1:30. The next one was for a small speckled loaf cat for $16.50. And then, like I said, the woman that was going on about the beaver came back, and she actually purchased 2 of the flower frogs, which was really exciting. So she bought them for like recital gifts. They had a recital or something to go to, so they bought them, instead of going and buying flowers from the store, they bought them flower frogs instead, which was, I thought that was such a cute idea, because that's obviously not going to wilt and die. And I don't know, I just like, I love touching moments like that, but where somebody's just like, you know what, instead of doing that, I would rather buy them something that they can keep forever, which is so lovely. But those sold for a total of $39.60. And then towards the end, we had already started packing up, and everything was just kind of piled on my tables because we were trying to get the tents down, because y'all, the wind by this point, by about 12 o'clock, was insane. I am so grateful for the sandbag weights that I have, because when I tell you guys, these tents were not going anywhere, because I have about 20 pounds worth of sand on each leg. And I mean, there were people losing like their tents were shifting. I mean, it was crazy. The wind was yesterday afternoon. And so if you want something that is going to keep your stuff in place, I highly recommend the sandbag weights, because those little weighted discs are garbage. I'm actually going to invest in another set. I say invest. They're really not that expensive. They come empty, so you do have to like go to Home Depot or Tractor Supply or something and buy sand to put in them. But I've literally had the same sand in them for forever. They've never gotten moldy. They don't spill. They're amazing. I will never go to a market without them ever again. Like they literally saved my tent. Like we were just sitting there and the wind was blowing, and like we had a tent wall up because the wind kept blowing over my DIY kits. And even with the tent wall up acting like a freaking sail, the tents were not going anywhere. It was just great. It was amazing. So highly recommend. But we were trying to get the tents down towards the end, so I just kind of like took stuff down and everything was piled, and I had several groups of people that were just kind of like digging through stuff, and they're like, I'm so sorry if I'm missing out. I was like, no, like we just kind of dumped everything there, like feel free to like look through whatever. So this woman was digging through stuff. She bought a Kindle sleeve, the opalite cup sleeve, which is it says like now the sky is opalite. This is the first cup sleeve I have sold since I've had these at my markets, and I'm like absolutely shocked that these have not done better for me. I know Christine sells the crap out of these things, and she was the one that inspired me. And for whatever reason, people look at them and they like that. Maybe it's my price. I have them priced at $8 a piece, but like the cup sleeves themselves, I usually charge $5 each. And then you add the felty, those cost a couple of dollars a piece. Well, maybe like $1.50, I don't know. But you're adding extra cost, so I don't know. I feel like $8 is a good price, but maybe I need to drop them to $7. I need to like make another one and just make sure that my cost is correct for that, and then just add the cost of the felty on. I don't know. Anyways. And then she also got the Gray Spot Bunny Snuggler for a total of $80.30. And then I sold the last and final flower frog. I only made 3. You guys saw it in my last video. It was a spur of the moment decision to make them, and I am so glad that I did, because that all 3 of them sold, and those sold for $19.80. I will be restocking them this week for my next upcoming market. Then the last transaction of the day I sold, and this was to the grandmother of the woman that was going on about the beaver. I sold the last hatching chick that I have, and I am not making them anymore. They just take so long to sell for me, and I'm just kind of over those at this point. So those are gone, done. And then she also bought a mini pocket pet blue penguin. So those sold for $28 total. And that is the last transaction of the day. That happened at 2:33. Oh no, sorry. It didn't happen at 2:33 because we were having internet trouble starting at like 1 o'clock, which is so frustrating and annoying. But basically none of the transactions were going through, so I had to stop taking cards. But luckily, everybody that I had in the last hour was okay paying with Venmo or in cash only. So I didn't really have that many problems, thankfully. If it had been happening all day, I think that would have been an absolute nightmare. So, final statistics. Let's go look really quick. So, we had a grand total, drum roll please, grand total of $1,497.10 in sales. $125.10 of that was sales tax that I do charge on pretty much all transactions. I don't charge it on cash because I don't want to carry coins. I've talked about this before. I go back and forth on whether or not I want to carry coins or not. I probably need to, so I'm not taking that hit to the bottom line. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't have a ton of people that buy with cash, like physical cash. When I do Venmo, I charge sales tax on Venmo as well. But anyways, net sales was $1,372. So, bestsellers. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know my bestsellers. Shameless plug, go follow me. Anyways, my top sellers, I sold 6 animal rattles of various different animals. I think the best seller in those were the mallard ducks. I think I sold 3 mallard ducks and I sold 2 foxes. So those that generally tracks. The Winnie the Pooh didn't sell, which was kind of shocking. Usually that's the first one to sell. So that was a little bit surprising. I sold 4 of the mini pocket pets, which again was kind of surprising. Usually those kind of sell pretty well. I feel like my numbers are a little off though. And I'm wondering if maybe I forgot to put in cash transactions because of the whole internet thing. I was taking notes on my phone so I could remember to put them into my spreadsheet, but it's very possible I missed one towards the end. The third bestseller is the 100 Acre Woods Friends, you guys. I sold 3 of those for $60 a piece, and I sold Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, and Tigger at this market. And then the next one were the baby bees. I sold 3 of the baby bees, and then 3 of the mystery turtles, and 3 of the flower frogs. The flower frogs are kind of tied for that next space. I think the turtles probably would have done better if I had had more, but unfortunately I only had time to make 3. And then honorable mentions that I sold 2 each of. I sold the mini mons, 2 of those, 2 of the clay kits, 2 swinging frogs, 2 axolotls, but I only had 2. I think those would have done better as well if I had more. 2 octopus, 2 of the demogorgons, 2 of the elephant snugglers, and those are all the honorable mentions. So I am thrilled with how yesterday went. I am in the process of trying to pay off some debt. So unfortunately I don't get to keep any of this money, which is kind of a bummer, but this has started to make a massive dent in that, and I'm really excited about it. Let me know in the comments what you were working on while you were watching this video. Please, please, please don't forget to subscribe. I am grateful for each and every one of you, and I hope you guys... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I hope you guys had a great week. Stay tuned. The video after this, I think, is going to be kind of not necessarily a challenge video, but it'll be market prepping in between my market from yesterday and this upcoming market, which is my Mother's Day market. So I have a lot to get done this week. So we will have that. And then, of course, after that, we will have another market vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. Rosie, do you have anything else to say? She said no. Rosie. Hey. Rosie. Do you have anything else to say? Want to say anything? No? She said no. She says bye. Do you say bye? Say bye, everybody. All right, you guys. I'm going to hop off now. Thank you guys again so incredibly much. Don't forget all of the links below are shoppable, and like I said, I do get a commission from those. So if you do click on those links and make a purchase for any of these patterns, thank you so incredibly much. You are supporting more than one small business by doing so. So thank you again, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.